With disabilities, I grew up in Mooloolaba back in 1994. I grew up here since when I was a baby, and I grew up with a lot of friends in the community. I grew up in Mooloolaba East Primary School. I like the school for education system, and it's good for a lot of people in disabilities. Mooloolaba East is good to have to learn about life, control our voice, and it's part of our culture to learn what's important to as community for disabilities. And I grew up with people like with Downs and disability, and I have friends. Since then, I live at Kingscliff of New South Wales, and I put my hand up to look after people with disabilities, and I'm the advocacy for disabilities advocacy. I help people in the community. I think it's important to, as a community and as advocacy, I love to be there for them in the community. Like, what is important to us? What's important to the as a community goes. Like, a lot of people cares about disabilities in the world, and I think the world does take like a life, and it takes control to our system. Like, think about this, how many years for disabilities in the world? I have a lot of friends in the world, but it doesn't mean being angry or sad or taking credit. You don't credit them so hard. There's a difference in the world, like control and voice and our life. What's important to them in your heart? What's important to us as a community itself? A lot of people from Tweed, Byron and Tweed and Kingscliff, or Lismore, every place have disabilities. But I think as a whole for disabilities is are good to have them in our life as a community. And we need to have importance to our life. So you go out and be who you are. We drift our goals. Like, how many years you drift your goals. Like, go to the gym, or be a photographer, be a filmmaker, or be as you are. It's your goal, and it's your dream. And I think it's important to nature itself. So what is important to you and as a community, as disabilities? Be as one and whole world as one. As a community supports, I support with people with disabilities. I support NDIS because it's important to them as a community. How many people in truly shy areas? A lot of people have Down syndrome. A lot of people have disabilities. A lot of them in Tweed, a lot of them in Lismore, a lot of them in Mooloolaba. We put our life on the line. But what's the life is about? It's about our life and our world, and I think the world's saying to us right now, be who you are, and if you care about somebody in the community, I think it's a part of our life. So if you go outside, and if you're a photographer, take a photo of a bird, or take a photo of clouds or rain or raindrops. But if you're a filmmaker, go into some filming. And I think it's important to us. So, I'm Tim Morrissey, I'm 35 years old, and I'm a photographer. Plus, I'm a filmmaker. Here's a headline story. This story is about life, kindness, and care about disabilities. Your mission is this: be a part of us, be a part of disabilities. Get about with Down syndrome, respect them where you go, and make a difference in the world. If you care about somebody, if you grew up as disability, if you grew up as a Down syndrome, you are born that way. That's who we are. That's where our life is. We are grew up as disability because we support them. So please, if you want to support our life and our world and our cultural life, look behind us. Look, see my head? Look at the window, and what do the window say? We treat them as how we are. We're born as disability, and we grew up in it. Hi, I'm Tim Morrissey. I'm 35 years old, and I'm in advocacy for disabilities. I grew up in Wollongbar back in 1984. I go to Wollongbar East Primary School. I go to Coolgardie Special School with all Down syndrome and disabilities. I'm a filmer and I'm a photographer. I think the world needs to respect who we are. As disabilities and Downs has a difference in the world, and I think it's important to our life and our dream. They can drive your goals and can drive your heart, and I think it's important to our life. Like if you go out in the natural world, you can see what's the difference in the society, like Tweed, Lismore, or Kingscliff, or Wollongbar. Every place I have disabilities, and we grew up are very loving families. But I think it's as a community, as advocacy, I think it's important to our life, and I think it's important to our life about what's important to our society as we grow up. We are born as disability, and we grow up and think about how much we appreciate each other. And I think it's important to correct our life. But like inside the world, like behind the window behind is saying part of life is who we are. But look at the outside world. Like if you go out and think about how much credit is doing. In disabilities, I think it's important to them and our society. Like, we got flowers, we got birds, we got honey. Not just inside, but outside we got our hearts. Our heart learn from our life. But don't forget, in disabilities has born this way. We are born that way. We grow up and we have a beautiful world we're in. We grow up in the world of loving families, and I think it's important to our life. When you go out with the world with disabilities, what is important to us and our as a community. I think we need to learn what is important to them. Plus NDIS. NDIS is a very important and special program for them, like one-on-one. Or take people with different places, like go bowling or go swimming or soccer or do some sports or go to the movies or something you want to do. Or if you want to achieve your goals, like go to a gym or cooking or computers or iPads or something like that, you can make a business as a filmmaker. Or if you go out as a photographer, if you grow up your business as a photographer. I think it's important to us as a community. What is important to you right now? And I tell you why it's important. Because it's our life. Our hearts as one. We are the Aussies, we are Australian. And I think it's important to us as the world, please, respect us. Respect our culture. Respect of disabilities and downs. They grew up, we are born this way. Don't be bullied. Don't be hard on them. Just talk to them as normal people like us. I think it's as the world comes, one day there'll be no world. And I think we need to think about how much we love. Thank you for watching, and I hope in your world we are loved.